The Tigers just breaking away in the second half of that second quarter. But let's find out all the news that's happening in the world of football as round 10 is underway. To do that, we go to the Sunday Herald Sun and Scott Palmer, Scotland. Good evening to you and welcome. Joseph Gutnick, he's here tonight.
He's there tonight, yes, after observing the Sabbath today, Sandy. He didn't listen to any of the comments that Neil Barr made on the airwaves today, but he said tonight he's got good vibes about the decision. He said it's the right decision, he's pleased he's made it. And he actually spoke to Greg Hutchison at home today, gave him his best wishes, and Greg said, listen, El Presidente, we're going to give it our best shot tonight.
Well, they've certainly done that in the first half, Scotty. Now, Leon Daphne, after all the publicity the umpires have sort of been receiving in recent times, has got a suggestion for the men in white.
He got up at the presidential dinner tonight and said, look, take the numbers off them. It's causing them too much criticism. He said it's spotlighting the umpires. They'd be better off without the numbers. We just got them on, Sandy. We don't want them to take them off.
Now, Scotty, we know football's a funny old game. Collingwood were flag favourites a couple of weeks ago, and now Tony Shaw is apologising to the black and white army.
They're off the top of the ladder. Yes, he apologised to all Collingwood fans for that insipid performance against Hawthorn. He said it was the worst performance since he's been coach, and he said it will never happen again. Apart from Gavin Brown, he said, they were all very embarrassing today, the Pies.
Now, State of Origin football is just around the corner, and I would imagine just about the first picked for the Big V, surely at the moment, would have to be Paul Salmon, wouldn't it?
Shaw and Judge both said after that terrific performance by the big bloke today, they said he should be a Brownlow medal favourite as well. Now, the squad's named on Tuesday, so I can expect Paul Salmon to be right up amongst them, Sandy.
Yeah, now what about down at Geelong? They're sitting currently at the top of the ladder, but Gary Ayres just, and to use the coach's cliche, 8B, taking it one game at a time.
He said all those coachy things like we matched up well and everything was involved and all that sort of stuff. But it was Ronnie Burns, the little bloke in the forward line, that did all the talking.
The coal man.
He's fourth on the ladder now with 31 goals, Sandy, a fantastic effort. And this is what he said. We're just going to let people talk about Collingwood sitting pretty on top of the ladder. He said, that suits us. We don't care what the media or anyone else thinks. We're just going to keep on beating the sides above us. So how's that?
Scotty, I've got some news for him. Yep. There's no one above them at the moment.
I realise that. He didn't know that Geelong had slipped in the first position.
Well, what happened to the West Coast today? They do have a couple of problems. I believe the flu epidemic has been sweeping through that club, hasn't it?
Yeah, went right through the club, and Evans came out today, and Brendan Fuster came out, and I tell you what, Brett Heady had it, and 4 others had the flu. They're not going to name the 4 because they're not going to make any excuses. But Mick said we had too many players who shouldn't have been out there today. And
just in closing, Scotty dumped dual best and fairest for North Melbourne, Wayne Schwass, in the 2s today, but picked up a ton of possessions.
I saw that match, Sandy, 32 possessions, and Dennis Pagan gave him a great pat on the back after the day's win.
Can we give you a pat on the back for that, Scotland? Well done and thank you.
China.
We certainly will. Scott Palmer, of course, from the Sunday Herald Sun. Don't forget your Talking Footy program comes your way every Monday night on 7. Tune in next Monday. And, well, if you missed last week, this is some of what you missed.
Everybody's talking at me.
I couldn't believe what I saw when it was happening. To me, Jack Cale is a very funny guy on occasions, as Bruce would know for sure, and I thought at first he was playing some sort of gag. All of a sudden, Jack has just launched in a verbal attack.
Listen, they can talk all they like about North Melbourne's sort of lack of intensity. They just haven't got the bloke up there
number 18.
that gets them out of the go-to situations.
Are we certain to see you play again this year?
Oh, I think there's probably a fair doubt about that, to be honest, Mick, but I certainly haven't given up on playing footy again.
No, he certainly hasn't. In fact, he is out there tonight. It's quite a miracle, really. Now, on Monday night, a special guest on Talking Footy is Wayne Carey. That's immediately after the final siren of the big clash between Fremantle and Adelaide. So just check your local guides for that one. Talking Footy, Monday night on 7. We're going to take a break from the MCG. At the moment, it's Richmond by 15 points. When we come back, one of the Tiger stars, Mark Miranda, is going to tell us just why they're leading by 15 points.